What is up, guys? This is going to be an iPad mini gaming performance review, so let's check it out. You can see here the games I've got to test: Most Wanted, Vice City, Nova 3, Galaxy on Fire 2 and Infinity Blade. So let's just dive into these and see what the performance is like. So obviously with iOS devices you don't get to change like the graphical settings, so we'll have to see and kind of judge for ourselves what settings they're on and how well it performs. So yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Come on, load. Okay. It's going to kick me straight in. I have enabled the touch control, so you will be able to see the whole screen instead of me tilting it all over the place. And here we go. Okay. And I've got to say, the first impressions, guys, I think it's running at a higher graphics level than, say, my Android devices. I don't know if you can tell, but on the actual road itself, it looks like it's shiny. The road itself is actually shiny. More reflections and stuff like that. It doesn't have the blur effects that the Android ones originally had, but now it's been taken off anyway when you nitrous. Performance is good. And as I was saying in another video, this has the A5 chip in it, which is running at a gigahertz. It's dual core chip, but it's the same one that was running in the iPad 2. And I've got to say, guys, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the performance of this little tablet. It's handling this very well. There's been no frame drops so far, nothing to note. It's awesome, I've got to say. Yeah. Let's carry on. You can see there the nice lens flare, so it definitely looks like it's running the higher level of graphics. There we go. I was trying to get that stupid drift thing out of the way. It took me ages to do it. You can see here, guys, the performance is fantastic. I mean, this is one thing you have to give iOS devices over like Android devices. I mean, my Nexus 4 that performs really well in this, just like sometimes it will go through some frame drops, whereas you kind of never see any in the iOS devices. They just handle games a lot better. It's really enjoyable experience as well, guys. It's really nice form factor, this tablet. Graphics look great, the screen's nice and sharp on this game. I kind of sucked, but you can see there, no frame drops, no performance problems whatsoever on Need for Speed, so well played. Let's try GTA Vice City. Here we go with the loading. Okay, and there isn't any graphical settings. I'll just quickly go and check anyway, but I'm sure there isn't. You can see here you don't get any, so let's just kick off the game.
Tommy Vassetti. Ha, shit. I poked my head out of the gutter for 1 freaking second and big shovel shit.
Bit of lag there if you noticed as the car turned in. Let's give it a proper chance. Let's actually play the game.
Start sorting this mess out.
Okay, we'll just dive into this car and drive around a bit. Bit of a slowdown there when I got in, but generally it's okay. You can see there a few frame drops. I don't know if that's just because it's loading. Major frame drop there. Don't know if that's because it's loading, and I've just hit a cop face on. It may have just been loading because it was the first time I started the game, because it feels pretty decent and smooth here. I tell you what, I'm actually really impressed with the iPad mini here. I just didn't think it would perform this well in these games. You know, it's not a quad-core CPU or anything like that, and it's not running a really high clock rate. It's only running at a gigahertz. And obviously games are more GPU intensive, but I mean, this looks great. It performs great. You can see bar from the few hiccups it had at the beginning. I'm sure that was just because it was loading, because I haven't had any since. If I get out and do a little run around a bit, try and see if it can slow down at all. See here, if you look in the background as I run around, it's smooth. It's nice and smooth, I'll be honest.
You're too stupid to hurt, pal. Moron.
Again, guys, good performance on Vice City here. So it's doing very well on these graphical tests, I have to admit. Let's move on, and we'll try Nova 3. Now, Nova 3, we should definitely tell what effects are running. It's easy to tell if it's the high effects or the low effects. So let's check it out. Nice and pretty quick on the loading there. We'll just jump into campaign. Start key. Alright, let's do it.
This is SQ1 to actual. Do you read?
Okay, we'll just watch this because you can easily tell whether the extra graphics are running. Looks good there. Nice lens flare. Yeah, you can see in the background here a lot of stuff going on. The face just looks a lot more detailed, so it does have the extra effects running. Also, the haze at the back here doesn't run on my Nexus 10. This just goes to show you that Gameloft really do optimize the games for iOS devices. I mean, if this device can handle full graphics, my Nexus 4 and Nexus 10 definitely can. Here we go.
Word to actual. Please respond. Elena, do you read me? Damn.
Bit of lag there. Again, probably on the loading. If I just look around here, you'll notice, look at those, look at that smoke effect. You don't get any of that on the low settings. The lens flare looks fantastic. The detail on the gun is amazing. This game just looks so good on full graphics. It really, really does. Let's kick some ass. Right. As it loaded there, you can see I'm getting some slowdowns. But once it loads, it seems like it's fine. It might even be a memory issue, you know, because it's only 512 megabits of RAM. So who knows? The game looks great here. I've got to say, just the detail in it, it looks fantastic. Let me go kill some shit. And we'll see some of the effects running. I've got to say, guys, I'm really impressed. I mean, this is running full graphics, and it's handling it really well. Obviously, you've seen some major frame drops at the beginning of the games when they're loading, but generally once it's all loaded, it looks good. So yeah, the smoke at the end of the gun, that's another high effect that you don't get if it's not running. I mean, yes, it doesn't play it as well as, say, the iPad 4. There was a slowdown there. But the iPad 4, you know, has a much better CPU. I think this is still showcasing some really impressive stuff here. I just wish Nova 3 would run this well on my Nexus devices with all the details. I mean, look, it just looks fantastic. It really does. Okay, so that'll do for Nova 3. Very, very good performance there. I'm just going to shut out these 3 games, even though it kind of doesn't really matter because it kind of freezes them. But let's just do it anyway. And Galaxy on Fire 2 time. This is the HD version, by the way, as well, so should look good. Smooth here, guys. If I pan around, I know you probably can't even see much on this game, but the particles are going past me smoothly. You can see the dust effects around as well. The cloudy stuff, whatever the hell is that in space. Really nice performance. You can see sometimes it does have a few frame drops, but seriously nothing major. And probably a lot less than I do get on my Android devices, which is strange because they're so more powered than like this device. They're a lot stronger and yet they don't perform as well. So this game's kind of boring, so I'm moving on from it now. Screw you, Galaxy on Part 2. Infinity Blade. I'm sure this is one a lot of you want to see. Okay, so we'll just skip through this. Skippity skip. Okay, let's just look around a bit here. So it all looks good here, guys. Obviously, you can't really move around much in this game, so you can just see the details. Nice lens flares coming off the sun there. And we'll walk this way. So now we're going to have to fight this douche. You can see there's nothing wrong with the performance here. You're going to be able to play these games easily. Yeah, okay. So you can see, guys, this game isn't slowing down at all. Even though it's got nice graphics, because there's not a lot of movement and stuff going around in the background, it's easily playable. So let's just go through here. Even on speeding up it's not slowing down. I'm not going to fight this guy, but you know, it's really impressive, right? The graphical performance of this device is fantastic. It's great for gaming, and it's cheaper if you want to be with iOS than say the iPad 4. It does run games at full effects, and it is impressive that it does so. So yeah, guys, that's the iPad mini gaming review. See you guys later.